One of the wonderful things about the Wehle Land Conservation Center is it has horseback riding trails.
Stop to picket their horses here because we don't have the horses riding through town, what we call the compound or the group of buildings. So they leave their horses here. There's a watering trough, freshly filled every event. So the riders are enjoying the event, and they'll come back, get on their horses, and continue on their trail ride.
They're very pretty.
Yeah.
But this is part of the regular trail that they will come and ride on the weekends. The facility's open, and we've had again great support from the trail riding groups who are so thankful to actually have an area to ride, and certainly an area that's beautiful to ride. So it's well used.
Then we got a treat: sugarcane and syrup making.
We grow sugarcane, and we sell seed cane, chewing cane. We also sell cane that you can grow for syrup. There's over 1,500 different varieties of cane, and some of them are now sweet enough, some are not. For example, this stalk of cane here won't be sweet till around Thanksgiving. So we can start as early as the 15th of September making syrup, and make up until near about Christmas time before it all gets sweet. But we crush the stalk of cane with a mill, and we put it in the kettle, and it cooks about 4 hours. But you can also drink the cane juice. You can chew the stalk of cane. That's one of the advantages over sorghum. Sorghum, you plant a seed, but this, you plant the stalk of cane, and these little nodules right here, these nodules, they come up. You lay the stalk of cane in a fur and cover it with about 4 inches of dirt, and this roots right here, these roots will form at each one of these joints, and these eyes will come up and make a clump of cane. So that's kind of sort of the process. Used to everybody had a cane patch, but now everybody buys it from the grocery store. But we have the chewing cane, the syrup cane, and the sugar cane. And our farm is located at Dothan.
Oh, okay.
That's where we are at. So we have a lot of sugar cane, a lot of chewing cane.
A demonstration of a sugarcane mill shows just how the juice is extracted, and anyone who's ever chewed sugarcane knows it's a very hard and dense plant, so you can imagine how heavy-duty the mill has to be. The cane is fed through these rollers, the juice is extracted, the empty husk comes out the back. The juice runs down a chute and is filtered through this cloth. There were samples, and I did drink, and it was tasty. And here, a fire boils the juice, reducing it to raw syrup. Then we flagged down some passers-by, patrons of the place, to see what they thought of it.
It's been pretty fun. You can put them on. Yeah, you can put them on, Kim. Had a good time so far. She got to ride her first horse. I'm sure she'll never remember, but we have pictures to prove it. Had a good time. She enjoyed herself.
Have you enjoyed the day?
Yeah. I did.
Smile.
Definitely.
And the jury is in.
Heritage Day at the Wehle Center has a lot of activities for people, live music, and Indian dancing.
People of this continent. Now, there's a lot of theories, a lot of things of how we first got here. Some say that we followed herds of food across the Bering Strait and then spread out. Others say that we were just simply here. Well, either way, this land, we were in this land long before it was known as Alabama. In fact, the name Alabama, every time you say that, you're actually speaking my language. In a dialect of the Muscogee language, we say Alabama, which means this is where we will stay. And the story is that there was a chief looking for a group of his people. or a place to live, and he came to this one beautiful place along the Coosa River, and it was just full of wildlife, pristine water and streams, forests all around, plentiful with game, and he said, Ali Bamo, this is where we will stay. We are modern people but have ancient ties, and we try to do the best. We have the best of both worlds, so to speak. We are trying to find our balance with on one side of with one foot we are trying to walk in modern times, and with the other foot we're trying to walk in our ancient times, and put two and two together, and we can go forward. So we're gonna show you what powwow dancing is all about. And when I say powwow dancing, this is shared by all Native Americans across North America. There are over 530 tribes, and each tribe has their own language, their own culture, their own songs and dances, arts and crafts, clothes, customs, etc., etc. And so, but when it comes down time to identifying ourselves, we only have one chance. Either you're American Indian or you're not American Indian. So it's kind of hard for us to identify ourselves as just Indian, because that can mean a big, big word. And of course, we are infamously named after Columbus, or when Columbus landed, he thought he was in India, and of course named us Indians because he thought he was in the country India. But he wasn't. He was south of Florida in the Caribbean Ocean. So have our dancers line up for grand entry, please. Thank you very much. And what you just saw was a call to grand entry dance. This is very, very similar to the grand entry that they do at rodeos. How many of y'all like to go to rodeos?
And where else can you find the precise and eloquent art of hatchet throwing?
Alright, so I'll just give you this picture. Basically, for the little kids, I like to do the two.
This guy was good.
Because it's a little easier for them. It's heavy. You can do that too.
Really
I'm
good.
I'll show you how. Basically, for the two-hand, you just go left or right. Right hand. Okay, so you want to put your right hand underneath, your left hand on top, and then just bring it back up your head.
Did I mention that this guy was really good?
If you want to let go, just make sure your arms are lined up, and you just going to let it slide out of your hand.
It really is a precise art. I won't tell you the hit-to-miss ratio and the videos edited out, but in the end,
I'm long-armed.
a hit.
Oh, she got it! Good job. Okay, well, thank you.
Then, on to the firearms display. Antique firearms with their place in the lineup of history.
Okay, I am just demonstrating, telling you about these different guns from different eras. They're chronologically from oldest to youngest. This end we have Revolutionary War time periods, flintlock muskets. This is a smoothbore musket, calibered in 70 caliber. And we have different styles of muskets down here. We have later rifles right here. These were all flintlock, so they were used around the Revolutionary War. These were the kinds that they would have used, that we would use against the British. These flintlock style here. Now, in these later models, we have percussion caps, which were invented about 1840s, 1820s, 1840s, and they were better than the flintlocks because the flintlocks have a open powder chamber which could get wet during rain, when the percussion caps did not have to worry about that. And the caliber stayed big, 45, 50 calibers, all the way down past the war until we started hunting beaver more. And as we went to the mountains hunting beaver, we didn't need the 45 calibers, so we got down to 32 caliber rifles, which is a lot smaller than the 50 and the 45 calibers. It's a 50 and a 32 caliber, and that's all you needed to hunt beaver with. And as we chased the beavers over the mountain, we found buffalo and elk again, big game, and you can't bring down a buffalo with 32. So we started getting 45s and 50 Hawkins rifles back into the play again. So these are all 50 caliber rifles right here. As you can see, it gets bigger, smaller, bigger. And then when the Civil War started, we started to get into these multiple chamber revolvers like this. This is a replica of a 1851 Colt Navy model. It has a removable cylinder for quick reloads during combat. This is an original 1858 Remington Army in caliber 45. It has a
removable cylinder.
A quick removable cylinder like that. And you can place the cylinder in the middle of combat like so for a quick reload. Like that, and you're ready to go. 18 rounds a minute, something like that.
Wow.
3. These are Derringers right here, little short. These are original as well, 1850s. 32 caliber single shot, percussion cap. Stick them in your belt, your coat pocket, and just pull them out if you're being mugged and shoot them, or maybe whatever you need self-defense for. After the Civil War, this is a 1873, an original 1873 trapdoor Springfield, invented in 73 after the Civil War, which ended in about 65. It holds a 45-70 caliber round and is loaded. You fire it to unload, you would just eject, and it automatically ejects, and you can load and fire the next round, which was an incredible increase in fire superiority over the muskets.
Right.
And this is an 1880s double barrel side by side. It is loaded like a musket right here with a ramrod, and it's percussion capped just like a musket. And that's all I have.
Awesome. Old horse-drawn buggies rested under this, one of several historical buildings Mr. Wehle had moved to the property. One of them at one time he had used as a billiards room. Then this, the pet cemetery.
Behind the log cabins is the pet cemetery. Mr. Wehle had many champion dogs for hunting and also pets. Then their final resting place is here.
The Wehle Land Conservation Center and Preserve. We've seen a lot of attractions for this Heritage Day, but Wehle is so much more. These festivities happen only a couple times a year, but the center continues to provide other activities at other times, such as fishing, horseback riding, and much more. And in a world where the effects of man are everywhere, they preserve a little bit of wilderness for the sake of wilderness itself, where people can come and enjoy it in its natural and wild state.